An amazing job of building his body up, moving up a couple weight classes, and he is clearly as the self-proclaimed dark horse at 197.
And being willing to take risks. He will go for it all, knowing that he has what it takes to come back if he misses it. He just has a great attitude, and it's different at this weight class, it seems like, than it's been in the past.
It is, and so, throwing a guy like Morgan Mcintosh from Penn State is going to be difficult. He's shorter in stature, keeps a good low position, and he does attack below the knee. So this is a match that may have its positions and probably develop off of somebody's shot where these guys are scrambling, but Heflin's been capable of taking guys to their back and has looked for the big move, and he's committed here to being an entertainer in the sport too, with his throws, with his attitude, and he had some success back in our coaching career of moving a guy up a weight class, and it really wasn't until about this time of the year, moved a guy up to heavyweight, put about 30, 40 pounds on a guy, and, Heflin was not a undersized, or he wasn't necessarily a huge 174-pounder, but he was cutting a fair, cutting some weight, but as all these guys do. But he has really paid the price in the weight room. He looks good for this weight class, and has a style, I think, that works better at 97 than it did at 74.
You're listening to Jim Gibbons, national champion wrestler and coach at Iowa State. And sometimes it's just the right thing to move the guys up for the best performance late in the year.
Yeah, keep working. And again, it takes some time. You've got to get used to wrestling a different style sometimes. Wear a guy down. As you see, these guys are working pretty heavily on each other's head. And I remember one of the meets we did a couple years ago at Rec Hall. I asked Cale Sanderson, this is Morgan Mcintosh's freshman year, who are you high on? Who's really starting to impress you? And he mentioned Mcintosh. And later on that year, Mcintosh was hurt. He wasn't quite the same wrestler we saw at the end of the year, but I think he's rounded back into form after the redshirt year. It's been good for him. He's been up there with the top 5 or 6 ranked all year, and I think that initial optimism that Cale had for Mcintosh is really we're starting to see it.
That year, last year, as a redshirt probably helped him a lot. Of course, Quentin Wright.
Beautiful duck under. Now double overhook. Oh,
he was looking for it. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I love it. Here it comes. And Mcintosh able to slither out.
That looked a little bit like something you see from Reese Humphrey there, the old 41-pounder there, not old, but 41-pounder that's competing on the international level. Loves those double overhooks.
I was getting ready to say Mcintosh sat behind and worked with Quentin Wright, the NCAA champion of 197 last year. And Quentin's one that came up from 184 his last year to win the NCAA championship. And it was good for Morgan Mcintosh to be in the room with him.
Actually moved up from 2 weight classes because he was the Big Ten champion when he beat Jay Burchell back when he was a freshman. So
don't get on him yet.
Compliment what you said. Heading into the second period, no score. Nice job of switching back into. Now Mcintosh has an opportunity to score.
Great technique by Morgan Mcintosh. Man, he was able to use that head for leverage and drove through and got the 2 points.
Exactly. He got his shoelaces up and started driving through, but also you see the rotation that he was giving in his his torso right there to get Heflin moving in the wrong way, so he couldn't hit that little high flyer, that Rico roll that he was that he was looking to hit. You see Jason Ness, or not Dylan Ness, hit that technique quite a bit, and it really wasn't there, and that's the way you get out of it. Nice roll by Heflin.
The other thing you've mentioned, Jim, that Mcintosh just showed there is his ability to go low.
Yeah, he attacks well below the knee. He's about half a head shorter, and sometimes, most of the time, if you just play to what your body will give you as far as the attacks go, you do pretty well. Heflin a little bit taller.
Mcintosh's only losses this year to the same wrestler, Missouri's Jaden Cox in the Southern Scuffle, twice in that tournament. That's his only losses this year.
And I haven't seen Jaden Cox, but I understand he's just a tremendous athlete.
Special freshman.
Yeah, another one of those. Nice job by Heflin getting the quick escape. Only 18 seconds of riding time now in favor of Mcintosh. But again, that's enough to work with. You get in the third period where Heflin has to go down. You've only got 42 seconds to keep the guy down and get that riding time point. So every little advantage that you can get in the top position to accumulate that point when you have two guys who are evenly matched on the feet, it's important.
Not often does this happen in the Big Ten Championships where neither wrestler have faced each other. But these two have never met before. This is their first meeting here in the Big Ten Championships, the 100th edition of the Big Ten Championships here at Wisconsin. Penn State out in front now with a commanding 7.5-point lead. And with Iowa not having any finalists left and only so many points they can score in the
well, they've got
wrestlebacks, they would have to come up with pins to make up the difference.
They've got Nathan Burak, 97-pounder.
I don't think they I don't think they can do it. It's clinched. Yeah. I think 6 is the most they could get. They're 7.5 behind, so Penn State is going to win their 4th straight Big Ten title. What a program that Cale Sanderson and his staff has developed there in Nittany Lion country. Of course, 4 is another
Happy
number
Valley.
that they won. Happy Valley. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. A Happy Valley. And 4 is a number they're looking for at the NCAA's Oklahoma City. Coming up in a week and a half. Oklahoma City will be the host.
So again, this is a critical part of the match, and Heflin is responding to the importance of this situation. Again, 24 seconds now is the riding time number for Morgan Mcintosh. And what I like is that the awareness that he has right now, that he understands that he has to get out in 36 seconds or it's a point. And great job. Good back pressure, gets his ankles free, makes a nice turn. 2-2.
Nick Heflin was a state champion at Massillon Perry High School in Ohio as a senior. He's one of the team captains for Tom Ryan, his program at Ohio State. Another great job in 8 years that Tom Ryan has built a program. And with the Stieber brothers coming back next year, Hunter off a redshirt year, and a lot of young wrestlers, DeJulius and Kenny Courts and some others, they're looking forward to improving their status this year. They're right now, though, in 4th place, a strong showing for the Buckeyes.
Well, you know who's also had a strong showing that really was decimated last year was Wisconsin. You know, the home team is not they've really struggled. Yeah, they really struggled, and they've got the biggest showing here as far as their fan base has shown up. They've been active. They've been behind their wrestlers, and they're ahead of Michigan and Northwestern and Indiana, and they've had a pretty good dual season as well.
5-3 in the Big Ten, finishing in the top half. Wisconsin, Barry Davis, fine job. Good timing too, as they hosted the 100. They took it very seriously. Got everybody out. Mitch Hull came back to the staff, the All-American, former Wisconsin wrestler, part of the USA Wrestling staff for years and years. Back on staff with Wisconsin, has done a tremendous job of bringing the club together and putting the Badger fans in the stands.
Short time left in this match.
And it looks like we'll be going to overtime. We'll put 1 minute on the board, and overtime at 197 pounds. Mcintosh, after that first takedown, Heflin comes back with a couple of escapes. There's no riding time advantage, and that's why we're right here. Sudden victory. Either one of these guys score, it's over.
Yeah, look for both guys to get a little bit more active in this first part of this overtime. Mcintosh does like to attack below the knee, but he hasn't been able to get any type of penetration. Tied up, lowering his level. Been impressed with Heflin's footwork. You know, it doesn't ever seem like he gets out of position here with the upper body ties. And
Ross Thatcher, who works out with him in the room, one of the assistant coaches, telling him to loosen up, take your shot.
not much time left. There's the sing leg. Fought off pretty well. Nice headlock. You can put the head in the hole right there. He's got the front headlock tied up. He puts the head in the hole. This
Short
looks like,
time. Can he make it work?
Yeah, it looks like, oh, just very close. That reminded me of Mike Basillo, the national champion. Nice headlock, front headlock there.
Mike Basillo, national champion. Jay Jaggers, Logan Stieber. It's certainly known that you can be an NCAA champion in Tom Ryan's Ohio State program. So Nick Heflin tries to become their second Big Ten champion today. It's the 32nd period in the overtime. There's 2 of them. It's just like a match.
Heflin coming down to the ankle here. He can pop his hips in a little bit more. You get that trip. Yep, he got it. Elbow deep on the ankle. He's riding the waist real hard. And the referee, he saw his fist go up. No stall call.
Let's work hard here.
Nick Heflin comes back on top. There's Ross Thatcher, former Penn State wrestler. Lou Roselli next to him.
Drops in on the leg. Okay. An opportunity for
momentarily
McIntosh,
got the separation there.
He's got a separation again. And boy, McIntosh slipped out of that one.
With 2 seconds left, you see Nick Heflin just shake his head a bit. How'd that happen? How'd that happen? He's upset. He's got to get out now to keep it going.
Yep, 28 seconds of riding time there. So got out with 2 seconds left.
They're reprogramming or something. Let's go.
Good start. Stay low.
Set. Cover Penn State. Coming to your right.
Cale Sanderson got his 4th team title just wrapped up.
Not yet.
Quick escape.
Quick escape now.
So an opportunity for plenty of action to go on the feet. Plenty of time to score. 15 seconds left.
And then they'll put another minute up for another opportunity on their feet if nothing changes here.
Wrestle, wrestle. You make our sport boring.
Keep working.
You make our sport boring.
Stay in there, stay in there, stay in there.
And that's the end of the second 30 seconds. They're both tied. It's tied up 3-3. We'll go to the second sudden victory period. 1 minute on the clock if there's any scoring here.
With this big of a riding time advantage here, I'm thinking if Penn State corner here, you want to see your guy get a little bit more active and get to the lower level shot. You see him trying to work the head a little bit more because going to these ride-out situations, I think with both these guys perspiring as heavily as they are, it's going to be very difficult to ride a guy the whole 30 seconds. We've already seen that.
35.
Stay right there. You sleep. Be ready, be ready, be ready.
We got 30 seconds to go in this sudden victory. What do you say, folks, here in Wisconsin? What do you say, make
Yep, there's low shot. Nice job of following through. The counter shot action there by Heflin. 15 seconds, 16 seconds left.
16 seconds. Unbelievable.
Dan, what is he looking at?
Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle there. He's going to hit a knee.
10 seconds.
And McIntosh just sitting in a square stance, and really think that he's not in an advantage position right now.
Whoa, and there is the 2.
Yeah.
A shot off McIntosh and the counter. Heflin wins the 197-pound championship, the second Big Ten championship for Ohio State. Nick Heflin's first. He comes up from 174, and he does it, the champion.
The dark horse is continuing his ride.